that you can't honestly tell people that we can pay down the debt while you're still adding to it.
Mr. Young.
Mr. Director, thanks so much for being here today. I know it's been a long morning and early afternoon for you. Very briefly, my focus here in Congress is on sustainability, but it's on sustainable job creation. And in the testimony we received from Bernanke the other day, he indicated that the one thing that really is missing from our policymakers in Washington, the executive branch and Congress alike, is that coherent plan, as he phrased it, and as Moody's recently phrased it when they downgraded Japan's debt, a coherent plan to deal with our entitlement programs. That is pointedly absent from this budget, this roadmap, if you will. I think that's a dereliction of duty on the part of the President. Now, you have indicated in today's Wall Street Journal, if they quoted you correctly, that such proposals to deal with these matters are better left in closed-door settings. Fair enough. Perhaps that's the political judgment you make. I actually think we owe it to the American people to own up to them and to treat them like adults. That's what I intend to do. What is our pathway into this meeting? How are we going to begin this conversation? Will a letter be forthcoming? What will the date of that meeting be? Please enlighten us.
Congressman, I don't believe that's exactly what I said, but what I do believe and what I have said is we've put down a plan, which is the President's plan for how we're going to get to the point where we stop adding to the debt. We've also said that we need to have an environment where we can work together on these long-term issues and have conversations about things that it's frankly hard to have conversations about. History shows that it's much harder to create an environment where we can have trust and conversations to work on a bipartisan basis than it is to take polarizing positions. We've tried to strike a balance, putting a responsible plan out there and also creating an environment for that conversation. We just took the first step yesterday. Congress is going to come forward. You'll write your budget. We will engage. And it's a long process. This is the first step.
What's the next step?
Well, the next step is Congress will write a budget. We look forward to seeing what you do in your budget and how you reach primary surplus, how you reach deficit reduction if you bring down the debt. We really do. We think that you'll have ideas that we want to take advantage of, and we look forward to working together.
Let's tease out in this remaining minute and a half exactly what concerns, let's narrow down what concerns the President has. People on this panel here, at least on this side of the aisle, invite the dialogue, encourage it with the White House on this. Is it people in his own party that are a barrier? And what might I do as a freshman member of Congress to create the political space where the President can step up and take a leadership role in these matters?
I mean, having worked on bipartisan negotiations from both sides of the street, I was in the Speaker's office with the Democratic Speaker when there was a Republican President, and with a Democratic President and Republican Speaker. I can tell you the hardest part of the process is developing the trust where you can talk about the things that you have to do. And I think the attempts to characterize this budget in the way that we've done it today are things that I hope people will take another look at, because this is a serious proposal. I know you don't agree with it. I know that there's things that will be in your budget that we don't agree with. We have to come from those positions to find the middle where we can agree. That's how you reach bipartisan agreement.
Well, I would encourage the President, I know he's watching C-SPAN today, to move forward aggressively on this matter. We're running out of time. We don't know what the optimal debt to GDP ratio is, as Bernanke and others have testified. And I think we need to very quickly embrace this issue and solve it, as opposed to dancing around it and doing the Potomac two-step.
We look forward to working together. We share the same long-term goal. We may have different ideas about how to get there, and that's what we need to work through together.
Mr. Rokita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Lew. Representative